And joining us here, we have our last matchup for you. The BURDEKIN Delta boys make their way on to the field. And our Arrows Blood Brothers boys already out there. So we're just waiting on some team lists to come through for you of the two sides. So we'll battle through. But what a great day of rugby league action we've had so far today. A fantastic morning of our ladies rugby league, and tomorrow you'll have our semi-finals where you'll get to see Eastern Warriors taking on Irani's Angels, and it'll be ARW United taking on BURDEKIN Delta Dolphins. What a matchup that'll be. Both of those matchups are going to be exceptional in our ladies games, and 11 a.m. tomorrow you'll see our first ladies semi-final coming on, so just follow along Bindle Sharks, all the updates for the draw. The draws are all up there as well, and I hope you've enjoyed following along at home. And two more big days of rugby league coming up, but right now we've got 50 minutes of action for you to close out day one from the 37th annual Bindle Sharks All Blacks. And away we go, and it'll be BURDEKIN Delta working from right to left, getting first use of the footy. And taken down now, 12 metres out. And an early penalty, so BURDEKIN Delta working their way across the halfway line. And right on the attack, 30 metres out, centre field. Oh, that's good contact. Well, it's good contact for me from up here because I'm not involved in it. But, yeah, BURDEKIN Delta look to shift to the left. $15 metres left of the upright. Blood Brothers working extra hard here to try and hold this out because Burdekin Delta have been camped down here. We're 4 minutes in and Burdekin Delta feel like they've been down here for 4 minutes. And a grubber out wide, and with all that time in possession and the weight of territory, Burdekin Delta.
Blood Brothers versus Burdekin Delta. And on field 2, we have Palm Island Barracudas Gold versus Colleen Rose Memorial. Just another announcement, we've had a Hyundai handed in on field 2. If you've lost the Hyundai set of car keys, can you please head to field 2 tent for collection.
So Burdekin Delta Dolphins with first points here in our round 1 matchup. And that conversion is waved away, so the scores will remain 4-0. We'll just see if we can get a hold of these team sheets for fantastic. Big shout out to the organising team here. Let's get us back underway. I look to come away here to the left. A little interchange of passing, turning players back under. We're feeling out period here early in this matchup. Game 1 of the carnival, both sides just looking to feel their way into this one. 18 minutes remaining here in the first half. And they're away down the right-hand edge now, Burdekin. Plenty of support. But the last pass just goes astray, and ARW Blood Brothers survive the attack and raid by Burdekin. And see Dylan Dake there at 5'8". Remember the Burdekin Roosters? It was his long out ball that set them away down that right-hand edge. Fifth and last. They'll be kicking from inside their own territory. And a kick return is brought back to within 5 metres of halfway. Just the player down the back there for Burdekin Delta Dolphins just remained on the ground. His way back to his feet. With the level 2 sports trainer on the field, they just wanted to, they had to pull up and ensure but everything was all good. Fantastic to have our level 2 sports trainers all around here, managing our players. We've had QAS on side as well to ensure our players get the best support and treatment out there on the field. Player safety and well-being is of the highest importance here at the carnival. And a little knock on in the play of the ball, and even though he protests about the treatment that he was getting in the tackle, they were hearing none of it. And Arrow's Blood Brothers will have a scrum at 10 metres out from halfway. Yeah, penalty there, just jumped a shade early. Fantastic jerseys that the Burdekin Delta Dolphins are sporting here today. Not that by any means I consider myself a fashionista, but as far as rugby league jerseys go, those Burdekin Delta Dolphins jerseys are right up there for our best dressed here this week. But it's Arrow's Blood Brothers on the attack now, 20 metres out on the left-hand side of the field. Blood Brothers work it back across, but just had to reach for that one and just allowed the defence to get right up on them, but now they're away down the short side. Out ball. Plenty of Burdekin Delta defenders there. That'll be the last. A repeat set will be as good as points here for the Arrows Blood Brothers. As they look to build into it, goes short side. They fooled us all. As he tried to duck down the short side and create something, but the short in goals here, the Sports Reserve. They're not very forgiving, so it'll be Burdekin bringing the ball out to the 20-metre mark and getting our set back underway. Seven tackle set there, so let's see what they can do with this one, Burdekin. Oh, good defence by the Arrows Blood Brothers. Taking metres off them without the ball. And there's a knock on in there. So that's a great result there for the Arrows Blood Brothers. 13 minutes remaining here in this first half of our last matchup. Some fresh legs looking to make their way on for the Blood Brothers as well. So Burdekin had all the running there early on in the first 5 minutes, but they've just regrouped Arrows Blood Brothers. And now they've got another opportunity to go back on the attack. We're very unlucky not to come away with points in the last set, but they're down here again, 20 metres out, just to the left of the upright. They work back to the middle. Fighting for the quick play of the ball, just getting tied up, goes left. Backing into some strong defence there. And they switch the play back to the right. They've got numbers, goes on the shoe. Just couldn't reel that one in, but it was enterprising footy. And once again, it'll be Burdekin Delta. On. Yeah, our field 2 matchup that we have going on at the moment is Palm Island Barracuda's goal taking on the Colleen Rose Memorial side over there. Burdekin, Arrow, apologies, will get the fan once they will be just short of halfway. Yeah, looking to play fast here. Barking for a quick play of the ball. In a little bit of shape, decides to go himself. Yeah, they're set. Lovely little short ball. And drag down 2 metres short. Last tackle. And he'll be held up. Held up over there. And Burdekin Delta again. We're up to the task of turning the Arrows Blood Brothers away. And now they're on their way out from their own end again. Quite the arm wrestle now after Burdekin Delta Dolphins jumped out to an early lead. Now both teams just getting into the grind. Doak goes wide. Well, they found them short here, but the pass couldn't hit the mark. And they're really starting to build into this one, the Arrows Blood Brothers. Defensively, working hard. Opportunity out here on the left. Got plenty of defenders, and he's flirted with the sideline, but he's been able to find the ground. Yeah. Secured by the Blood Brothers. So they look to run that one back. And some great footwork there by the fullback. He's found a little bit of open space, and he's decided that he was going to stretch out, and he's only just been reeled in. If he makes his way out the back, it could have been shut the gate. Yeah, back to the middle, and a couple of loose passes, and that nearly invites Burdekin Delta to come and take it off them, but they are now 40 metres out. Referee Josh Eaton doing a fantastic job here today. Townsville A-grade referee. One of the referees to watch. Part of the pathways. We could hopefully see Josh doing a lot more in the state system next year. Maybe a Host Plus Cup debut for him, but Arrows Blood Brothers have been able to go over, and they've barged their way over for their first points for the carnival. Well, they just set up camp down here. And as you see with a lot of sides in carnival footy, they're short of a gallop. Don't often get a lot of time to spend together, so it takes them a little while to work their way into it. And Arrows Blood Brothers have gotten better as this half has gone on, and they've got the reward there as they walked away with 4 points. Now, Burdekin Delta Dolphins have got to find a response. So they jumped out of the blocks in the first 5 minutes. But now they've been sitting on the wrong end of a weight of territory here. Yeah, this conversion here to separate remaining in the first half. This is our last matchup before we pull the curtain down on day one. And conversion successful. So the Arrows Blood Brothers now with the advantage. And the kickoff's always bringing the fans to their feet. And we haven't seen one too many side steps off a kickoff, and I don't think we'll see too many of them as the weekend goes on. Now Arrows Blood Brothers away down the left-hand side. And we'll have a turnover here, and it'll be BURDEKIN Delta. And just coming through to us now, we've got the BURDEKIN Delta Dolphins squad list. Just wore that fend right around the neck. Plenty of heavy collisions. Strong contact there. Might have been a bobble, but no, and they've got it. They've got the call. And now this game's alive as the two boys exchange a few words, and the passion's back in this one. So with 3 minutes left in the half, strap yourselves in, folks. And when we get to the halftime break, we will take you through the team list that we have available to us. And yeah, Josh Eaton right on top of that one. So just getting a little scrappy here as the day winds down. The shadows get a little bit longer. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This has to be one of the most picturesque rugby league grounds that you'll go and find, the Townsville Sports Reserve, right here in the shadows of Castle Hill. And it's at its resplendent best here today. Now as BURDEKIN go on the attack. Great outball now, opportunity down the left. Steps back inside, but the sliding defence of Arrows Blood Brothers is up to the task. 2 minutes remaining in the half. They come down the short side. Can't find their way through there, but they're 5 metres out now. Arrows Blood Brothers here. As Freddie Mercury would say, they are under pressure. Doak out the back. They've got numbers out to the right. And some great work on the left. Really compressed the Arrows Blood Brothers up. And they had the first say, BURDEKIN Delta Dolphins. And they could well have the last say here of this first half. Now 8 points to 6, a minute 20 remaining. 30 seconds remaining, and I'm sure Dylan will ensure that this is the last play of the first half. And Wiley, if he'd be, like to be called a veteran at the moment, he's been around a while, Dill. Stalwart down there for the Burdekin Roosters. He'll ensure that the next place they're jogging to will be a drink, the Burdekin Delta boys. And conversion unsuccessful as the siren goes off in the background. So the score will remain with Burdekin Delta Dolphins taking the slightest of leads against Arrow's Blood Brothers, 8 points to 6. And just as we said, we'll take you through the Burdekin Delta Dolphins side that we have here in front of me. So number 1, Jaden Scarbosa. Number 3, Namaya Naluvu Balavu. 4, Kyle Ferguson. 5, Jodeci Henaway. 6, Dylan Doak. The 25 is John Zaro. 8, Leonard Heron. 9, Jaden McMinn. 10, Riley McCloskey. 11, Jerome Lako. 12, Caleb Noah. 13, Kaliova Norki. 14 is Paul Noah Jr. 15, Ameni Monday Jr. 16, Raymond Campbell Jr. 17, Zacchaeus Heron. 2, Jalen Pedro. 19, Chauncey Heron. 20, Nawari Tom. 21, Hayden Lemon. 27, Raheem Rolfe. 23, Frederick Clark. 25, Sidrak Quackerwood. 7 is Josiah McIver. 26 is 18 is John Wakaliva. Apologies. And obviously 25 of those players, that's their full squad. 25 of those players will be involved in each match-up here. We'll just take a short break before we get ready for our last half of day 1. Yes, we have my number. So, yeah, if she sends that over, then... One half of rugby league remains here on day 1 of the 37th annual Bindle Sharks All Blacks Carnival. And it'll be a Burdekin Dolphins on the left of your screen with the kickoff. So Arrows first use the ball.
At halftime for both fields, Burdekin Delta Dolphins leading Arrows Blood Brothers 8-6 on field 1. And on field 2, Colin Rose Memorial leading Palm Island Barracuda's Gold 8-6 on field 2.
And Burdekin gets back underway. And just Arrow. And you can follow along on the Bindle Sharks Facebook page and you'll find the draw. Also, Blue Collar Sports Facebook page and Instagram too will post up the day 2 draw as well later on this evening. Part of that day 2 draw will be our ladies semi-finals who we mentioned earlier. We've got 2 fantastic matchups coming up. It's going to be the Eastern Warriors taking on Rani's Angels as the kick is high. And it'll be an awkward catch. Now, Arrows Blood Brothers have come away with it. No, it's been a knock on. Eastern Warriors and Rani will take on Burdekin Delta Dolphins, who we saw in actions, and a big scare for the Burdekin Delta Dolphins this afternoon is Aussie Memorial. Nearly pulled off the upset. It was a fantastic game of women's rugby league. You can catch that if you go to the Blue Collar Sports YouTube channel, and you'll be able to go back and watch all of those matches again. And back away down the right-hand side. Wakaliva there. Taken down. He's a big unit. Big John out here in the centres. But he's been well contained so far. See, we saw him in action there in the first half, scooting over for that last try. For the most part, they've been able to rein him in, the Arrow Blood Brothers. Now away through the middle third, 35 metres out, set to the left. Long ball, reeled in, but now Carly gets an offload, and here he is, Big John. He's taken back down there. Well, the young man didn't have too much of a hope there. He was catching above his head, and I'm sure he'll, over a cold beverage later on, have a chat to, I think it was his lock or his back row that fizzed him that one. Might be a six-pack in it for him. And back through the middle, and an offload now to McMinn. McMinn stepping and steps straight back into that one. And that's Carly straight over the top. Oh, it juggles it and couldn't secure it. And so Arrows Blood Brothers, it will be a dropout. Takes it just inches inside the right-hand touch sideline. Yeah. Back out to the right, and Johnny Wakaliva strolls over on the back end of some slick work on the inside there for Burdekin Delta Dolphins, and they have first points of the second half. And once again, they scored inside the first 5 minutes of the first half, and they've done just that in the second as well. But you'd see Arrow's blood brothers. They built as the half went on. Just having a yarn, Dylan, to the ball boy. I'll be talking about which way he reckons this one's going to go. Moves in, strikes it at the left pace, and the breeze brings it straight back around. So 14 points to 6. Burdekin Delta Dolphins now with the lead. With just under 19 minutes remaining here in round 1 action of the Bindle Sharks All Blacks Carnival. And just rolling back out of their own half here. Now Carly back on the inside, and great interchange of passing started by Carly Nark. And finished there by Raheem Rolfe. Back pushing through the inside. And they just go bang, bang in quick succession here in the second half, the Burdekin Delta Dolphins. And tomorrow we start bright and early. It's an 8 a.m. start on day 2. And a full day of action that we've got coming up for you. We'll also bring you the official opening at 12 o'clock, where the teams will break. And then at the completion, so either side of our official opening will be our ladies' matchups, which we've been talking about. But tomorrow we kick off at 8 a.m. And on field 1, we'll see Kookaburra taking on ARW United, and it'll be Aussie Memorial versus Saltwater Boys on field 2. Our 8 o'clock game action. Just follow along on our socials and we'll post the links up. And it's been an absolute privilege here bringing you the action. We'll keep working away over the weekend to ensure by Sunday we've got the best possible footage for you. It'll be our finals day. And 20 points to 6 now. The Burdekin Delta Dolphins with a little bit of breathing room. 16 and a half minutes remaining. We've seen some fantastic matchups already early. Palm Island Green, they went behind by 12 points to Walkabouts. And Walkabouts will be looking to bounce back there, but once Palm Island got going, they were able to string together a really positive 10 to 15 minutes either side of half time and get away with that one in a really spirited and tough encounter against Walkabouts. And Burdekin Delta Dolphins again working their way out of their own half. And Arrow's Blood Brothers just haven't been able to get a hold of the footy here in the second half. Working away down the right-hand edge. Slips out of one. And away again they go. Doak. Elusive on the right. And defender's just hanging off him, finds his way to ground. Now the kick goes deep in behind, and I think we may have just got our Arrows Blood Brothers team list through, folks. And we do, so we get an opportunity. I'll run you through the squad list here for the Arrows Blood Brothers as they look to work their way back into this second half. 14 minutes, so the points aren't the issue. 20-6, 14 minutes. There's still plenty of time on the clock. And we saw earlier today with Burdekin Delta Dolphins, they had to go back-to-back to get away with that victory over Azzy Memorial. And that one just leaves that one behind, and it'll be a little knock on. So as they go to pack the scrum, let's just quickly run you through the Arrows Blood Brothers. They've got number 1, Credence Donovan, 2, Leroy Messer, 3, Terry Messer. The 5 is Latrell Hurd, 6, Brian Messer, 7, Gary Prairie. 8 is Andre Wright, 9. Apologies, this handwriting is... some of these boys could get a gig as a doctor with some of this handwriting. The 11 is Riddell Cobbo, 12, Reese Taishing. As we get the scrum pack down here, I'll take you through the rest of the side when we get a chance. As Burdekin Delta away on the right-hand side. Carly now flicks the ball outside. And a breakaway. And more points now as they come in a flood, as that's Nimaya Naluvu Balavu that goes over for the Burdekin Delta. It can happen in carnival footy, weight of possession. It takes its toll. And very quickly, a 2-point ball game can get away from you. Excuse me, folks. Sorry, where were we? So 13, Braith Lawrence. The 14, Dylan Clark. 15, Songy Mills. 16, Deno Messer. 17, Toby Ahan. 20, Aubrey Tapham. 22, there's a conversion successful. James May. 23, Captain Pilot. 24, Ebed William. And 25, Moses Wasamo. Apologies for some of those pronunciations, folks. Handwriting, a little bit tough to sort of get through there. But over the weekend, we'll ensure we have up-to-date lists for you, especially, certainly, as we build towards Sunday and our finals day. Burdekin Delta once again now with under 12 minutes remaining on the clock. In familiar territory at the moment, working their way back out again from their own end. And the points have come in a flurry. Halftime was they scored points just before halftime, and since then it's been all Burdekin Delta Dolphins. Float away, and they've got opportunity down here. And we've just got a penalty there to the Dolphins. And with 10 minutes, that it was an awkward kick, and it's eventually found its way into touch. With 10 minutes remaining here, we've got two more massive days coming up here. Thank you very much from wherever you're joining us from. Throw it up in the messages or on YouTube in the chat there. Let us know where you're watching from. But we've got two more massive days, and we certainly appreciate you joining us here on Blue Collar Sports. We bring you the action from the 37th Annual Bindle Sharks. And just try the offload. It couldn't get it to connect, and it's Arrow's Blood Brothers now that look to come out of their own end as they shift the footy. Strong defence by Doak. And it's the 14 Parnoa Junior there. Fighting for a quick play, the ball couldn't get it, and that's the fifth tackle now as they go down the short side. And it'll be a change over there at the 30-metre line in the Burdekin Delta Dolphins end. So, under 9 minutes remaining here on day one. Some fresh legs coming thick and fast, and that'll be the story of the next couple of days. Those interchanges will come quicker and quicker as the bodies get banged up and got to recover. Really, always by the end of it is whack a lever, drag down, just a couple of metres away from the sideline. The team that generally comes out the other end is the team that's able to. That's why you always find the cream rising to the top in the carnivals, because it's a team that can get through the tough grind of 3 days of rugby league. And now away, Garbosa back on the side, and they're lining up. Jaden Scarbosa goes over, and it's showtime now for the Burdekin Delta Dolphins. Dylan. Not wasting any time with this one. Moves in. Strikes it and likes it. So 32 points to 6. Burdekin Delta Dolphins now. This is probably the point in the matchup. They start thinking about how they manage the players through this back end with the big squads. It's how you can manage yourself through the carnival. Not just, you've got to win games and you've got to win halves. It's also about how you manage getting your bodies through there for the big games that are to come. Now, Arrow's Blood Brothers get us back underway. High, awkward, bouncing. And they came up with it, but they've also ended up into touch. Yeah, drag down 10 metres out from halfway. Still plenty of action happening over there on field 2. Looks like it's a close one. As Colleen Rose Memorial and Palm Island Barracudas Gold go at it. But here we go. It's Arrows Blood Brothers now with the football back. Just nowhere to go there. Just a little bit back on his heels as they try to kickstart their attack. 5 minutes remaining now. And he's been very strong for the Arrows Blood Brothers. And that is the 13, Braith Lawrence. He's done a mountain of work. Always carry strong. Now with runners all set up. They had an opportunity, but again, just couldn't get the last pass to stick. So it just hasn't clicked in this second half here for the Arrows Blood Brothers. The first half, they got themselves right into this one. But as in this second half, they just haven't been able to get their offense to click. They've spent a lot of time tackling, and that's something you don't want to do over a long carnival, spend a lot of time where you're on the defensive end. And that ball goes to ground. There, so they'll get another opportunity here, the Arrows Blood Brothers, to put some points on the board. And 16 points to 12. We've got the Colleen Rose Memorial leading Palm Island Barracudas Gold over on field 2. What a matchup that is. Going to go right down to the wire. Yeah, at the back here as an offload. They just can't kickstart this offense here. Arrows Blood Brothers. Well, we've seen some really good performances put in here. And we've also seen some teams who probably didn't quite hit their heights, but as is often with carnivals, there is no surprises to see. There's a team such as Walkabouts who are unlucky to get away there. They led early to turn up on the next day and go bang. But just getting a little scrappy here as the sun sets behind Castle Hill. Two minutes remaining. What a great day of rugby league action. We've got 2 more coming up for you, so stick with us here on Blue Collar Sports. We'll bring you all the action. The siren sounds over on field 2, and both sides come together. And we have 1:45 remaining here. It's Arrows Blood Brothers on the attack, looking to have the last say. And he'll be dragged down centimetres short. Oh, and a little knock on. Well, that's just been the story of their second half. $60 seconds, 65, say, seconds remaining here. Thank you very much if you've joined us on Blue Collar Sports today. We do appreciate your support coming on board, and we hope you've enjoyed the coverage from wherever you've been watching us on from. We've got 2 more big days of rugby league coming up. And Carly with an offload and a kick. And it'll be scooped up from Arrow's Blood Brothers. So, as always in carnivals, we'll have a frenetic finish no matter what the scoreline is. And dragged down over near the touchline. 30 seconds remaining here. Dragged down 25 metres out. Right in front of the uprights. 10 seconds remaining. There's a penalty blown. Arrow's Blood Brothers will get one more opportunity. They'll get one last crack at him. Arrow's Blood Brothers puts it up over the top, looks for a bounce, he gets it! And they'll finish on points, the Blood Brothers. That's why you never go home early at carnival footy, because there's always something happening. But Arrow's Blood Brothers go over. And our Field 2 action is complete for the day. We'll be back 8 a.m. tomorrow. And as I mentioned earlier, yeah, 8 a.m. matchups tomorrow. We'll see Kookaburra versus ARW United on Field 1. What a matchup that'll be. And Azzy Memorial versus Saltwater Boys. So ARW United, the last year's QMC champions, and they've made the venture this year up to Townsville to try their arm against some of Townsville's best and the local northern region's best. Conversion successful. Arrow's Blood Brothers, so 32 points to 12, that one will end up. And thank you very much for joining us here on Blue Collar Sports. We hope to see you all tomorrow. Follow along on our social media pages. I'll subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you can get alerts whenever we go live with our next matchups and another 2 great days of rugby league. Thanks for joining us.